That Shukra energy relates to Venus, Lakshmi, the energy of the second chakra and the energy of the heart chakra. And when Ojas is full, tejas, or the fire, begins to burn the Ojas, to transform the Ojas into prana, and this is what creates the awakening of Kundalini Shakti, the awakening of primal energy, yogic energy in the self. So we'll take the hands in Shakatta Mudra, this mudra of opening the central channel, and we'll work to build Ojas and transform Ojas into tejas, to burn out Ojas, to burn the vitality into fire, and then to draw prana up through the central channel and allow it to waterfall back down. Hands to Shakatta Mudra, thumbs together, index fingers together. Let this rest down into the lap. Long, deep Ujjayi breath. Gently release the hands, place the hands to your heart center. Om Shreem. Shreem is the Bij mantra of Venus Lakshmi energy. Om Shreem. Exhale out completely. Inhale deeply to begin. Om Shreem. Om Shreem. Om Shreem. So welcome to your practice, my friends, one of cultivating, building Ojas, our vitality, and then taking the inner fire to transform that Ojas into prana, to wake up just a bit. The Venus energy resides at the heart, and then as it's exalted, it drops down into the second chakra, and that Ojas begins to transform up the central channel with the fire, up and out. We'll begin in Ardha Gomukhasana. Take your left leg out long, right knee crossed over left leg, inner thighs in. Right hand down onto the mat, ground down through the left sits bone. Inhale, draw the left arm up and around. Exhale down. And as we take this, we can use this Bija mantra that we'll use throughout our practice. Om Shreem, Om. Om Shreem, Om. Opening out through the sides of the waist, creating space in the heart center as we gently open the hips. We'll focus today's practice on the heart chakra and on the Skandasana chakra. These two chakras of Venus Lakshmi lengthen through the spine. Inhale from here, exhale forward. I like to slide my hand underneath my shin or under my knee so I don't hyperextend the knee. Keeping this right foot slightly flexed to protect your knee. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take right leg out long. Bend the left knee, fold left knee across the right. Ground down through the sits bone, same thing. Om Shreem, Om. Om Shreem, Om. You can coordinate the mantra with the breath internally or externally. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale from here. Exhale forward. Hand can go underneath the shin, underneath the knee. Keep this right foot slightly flexed, left foot flexed. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Bring your legs around behind you. Knees down onto the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. Come into some cat and cow. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. Coordinate breath with the spine. Walk your hands out in front of your shoulders, tuck your toes, roll the inner thighs in, lift your tailbone up. Gomukhasana, downward facing dog. 5 long deep breaths here. Om and Shreem, cultivating Ojas, our stability, our inner reserve, our ability to make it through the storm. Ground into your right heel. Inhale, draw your left leg up, roll your left hip on top of your right, bend your left knee, press back down into your right hand, and then circle through this right ankle. One direction and then the other. And create a little bit of heat. This little spark of tejas, transformative fire. Exhale, left foot down, ground through the left heel. Inhale your right leg up, press into the base of your right thumb and first finger, bend through your right knee, widen through your scapula, circle through left ankle. Breathe, circle the other direction. Exhale, release the foot down onto the mat. Bend your knees, ripple through the spine, draw the pubic bone forward. Either elbows down onto the mat or lift it up onto your hands. Draw the tips of your scapula down your back. Little Bhujanasana, cobra pose. Engaging through your buttocks. Just a little bit, not a tight engagement down and forward, but an engagement as the heart center comes through. Back of the neck long, heart center lifted, tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Establish the breath. Cultivate our ojas, our stability, our grounding, our inner vitality. Ground through your left heel. Inhale, draw your right leg up towards the sky. Now spiral your right inner thigh in and up. So the hip isn't lifted. Spiral in and up. Find the midline. Exhale. Draw your right knee to your nose. Keep exhaling. Draw your right foot through. Turn out through your left toes. Right hand can come down onto the mat or forearm to the thigh. Or block behind the right leg. I'm going to take forearm to thigh. Lift your tailbone slightly so it's not tucked under. Tailbone is lifted so the curve of the lower back is preserved, and then press down into your back left heel. Roll your right rib cage under. Reach your left arm forward. Pull the head of the left arm bone back and then draw left arm bone all the way by the ear. Parsva Konasana as you bend into the right knee. Establishing, grounding. The inner pool of energy, our ojas, becomes replenished And when we hold postures, exhale, hands down to the mat, right foot meets the left. Same thing here, ripple through the spine. You could come down to your forearms if you'd like to Nirvala Asana, or up on the hands. Lift the shoulders, then drop them down your back, claw with your fingers. Move your heart center through just a bit. Engage through your buttocks, Bhujanasana. Cobra pose. Bend at the knees, come over the toes. Walk your hands out in front, claw with the fingers. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Full deep Ujjayi pranayama. Ground into your right heel. Inhale, draw your left leg up towards the sky. Spiral your left inner thigh in and up. Exhale. Left foot comes through, right foot turns out. Go slowly, establish the base. There's no rush. Left forearm to the thigh, or hand down to the mat, or to a block. Pull the lower belly up. So take this lower pelvis, the Svadhisthana, draw it up. Remember, we're working with second chakra and with fourth chakra. Press into the back right heel. Tailbone lifts just a little bit. Then reach your right arm forward. Pull the head of the arm bone back. Draw the right arm all the way by the ear and lift, exalt through the heart a little bit. This Venus energy, Venus Lakshmi energy that resides in the heart and then in the pelvis, and that reserve of Ojas is what we have available to us for transformation. That we take that Ojas, the rarefied form of kapha in the body from Ayurveda, and it becomes tejas, it becomes mixed with light and fire, and that transforms to prana. Hands down to the mat, lift through the back right heel, left foot meets the right. One more time, ripple through the spine. Bhujanasana, cobra pose, or elbows down onto the mat. Nirvala Asana, lift the heart center through. And tuck the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Let's invite in a little bit of heat, a little bit of light, of transformation. Walk your feet underneath your hips. Lift through your heart. Exhale, release down. Spread your toes out onto the mat. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Surya Namaskar B, both sides with variation. To now invite in the light, the heat, the spark of fire. Bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, up Utkatasana. Gaze at the thumbs intently. Find the drishti, the eyes gaze. Exhale, down and forward. Gaze at the tip of your nose. Inhale, up halfway. Third eye, drishti. Exhale, legs out behind chaturanga, or knees and chest. Focus is on the navel. Mental focus is on the navel. Inhale, upward facing dog. Focus to the third eye. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Focus at the navel. So we don't look under at the navel, but the mind, breath, focus is at the navel. The navel, Manipuri Chakra, Manipura Chakra, the seat of Agni, of fire. So we're kindling the fire to take this Ojas, this vitality, and to begin to transform it into spiritual uplift, into grace, the grace of prana. Turn out through your left toes. Exhale, right foot comes through, heel to heel. Warrior one. Establish the base. Ground down into your back heel. Pull the head of the right femur back. Roll the left rib cage forward. Inhale. Arms up, gaze at the thumbs if that's comfortable for you. 3 breaths. Hands down to the mat. Lift through your left heel. Right foot meets the right. Left foot meets the right. Navel focus. Third eye focus. Inner thighs in. Heart lifted. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Navel focus. Press into the thumbs and widen through the scapula. Don't let them fall in towards each other. See this? Don't let them fall in. Widen and press down like you're pressing a door closed. Turn out through right heel. Inhale, exhale. Left foot comes through. Heel to heel alignment. Establish the base. Ground down. Roll the right inner thigh in and then press into the pinky toe edge of your back right foot. Gaze at your thumbs. Hands down to the mat, lift through the back right heel, left foot meets the right. Navel focus, third eye focus. Exhale, downward facing dog, navel focus. And breathe 5 deep breaths, Ujjayi pranayama. Walk your feet underneath your hips, lift through your heart. Exhale, release down, bend your knees, squeeze inner thighs, tailbone down, inhale up, Gomukhasana. Gaze towards your thumbs. Exhale, stand up straight. Samastiti. Bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs, inhale up, Gomukhasana. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down and over, tip of the nose. Inhale up halfway, third eye. Exhale, chaturanga, navel, third eye, navel. Breathe. Begin to stoke the fire. So we have this little Agni that in the morning is like a little tiny spark, a little match flame. And we want to kindle the Agni so that then by noon or a little after, it's a full, beautiful fire that we can offer our food into. The swaha, the offering into the fire, into the Agni. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Roll your right inner thigh in and up. Deep exhalation. Right foot comes through. Let's leave the left heel lifted unless you need to turn out for support. But if you can, leave it lifted. High lunge or a low lunge. Scissor the inner thighs in, send the tailbone down. Inhale, up, gaze up towards the thumbs. Let's take 3 breaths. Hands to the mat, right foot meets the left, chaturanga, more knees and chest. Lift up through the heart, third eye, exhale, navel. Ground into the right heel, inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Spiral left inner thigh in and up, exhale, left foot comes through. Send the tailbone down, lift the lower belly up. Inhale up. Hands down to the mat, left foot meets the right, navel, third eye, navel. Walk your feet underneath your hips, lift through your heart. Gaze to the third eye, exhale, release down. Bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs, tailbone down, lift through the heart center, gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, stand up straight, Samastitihi. Ground into the feet, inner thighs in, take the arms up, rotate the left hand forward, right hand around the left wrist, and lean towards the right side, and then pull back through the left elbow in this graceful crescent, opening the side of the waist. Inhale up, Exhale down, drawing in the lunar energy. Inhale up, right hand forward. Exhale, lean to the left side, pull the right elbow back. Inhale up, exhale, turn out through the feet, Devi stance, goddess stance, also called a horse stance. Bend the knees halfway, take the hands behind your head, draw the elbows back. Don't hyperextend through the back, send the tailbone down, roll the thighs back and lift the inner arches of the feet. Heart opening, second chakra, pelvic chakra, activating. Inhale, exhale, press hands out to the sides, sit down deeper. Hold. Inhale, straighten through arms, straighten through legs. Bring big toes inside of the heels. Take the arms up. Draw the chest down. Draw the arms back behind you. Pinky fingers lifting. Breathe. Long through the back of the neck. Inner thighs in, tailbone lifted. Reach your arms out in front of you and down. I have all the fingertips working towards each other, like I'm holding on to a very heavy rock. And then the tendency here will be to get the hips way behind the heels. So bring the hips more forward over the heels and then lengthen sides of waist down and forward. Walk your hands over towards your left foot. Rotate your left toes forward. Lift through the back right heel. You might need to widen. Hands down to the mat to the inside of this left foot. Or you could use a block here. Draw your inner thigh down and in. Spread through the toes and lift through the heart. If you'd like to, you can take a deep overstep into this left knee, or draw it back, or even right knee down onto the mat. Two more breaths. Turn out through the right toes. Slowly straighten through the front left knee. Right hand to the side of the waist. Establish and ground. Left hand can come to the block behind the left foot, or to the inside, or to the shin. Now here, check out, look down. Am I heel to heel aligned? And then roll the left rib cage under. Same thing that we began with in our Parsva Konasana, our extended side angle. The tailbone lifts slightly, and then the head of this left shoulder down the back. And then I'm going to reach the right hand down, and like I'm drawing a bow and arrow. The bow and arrow of some forms of the goddess Lalita Tripurna Sundari. Swim this right arm down and around, and then draw it all the way by the ear. Shivananda style Trikonasana. If it works, rotate the head to gaze by the bicep. Bend into your front left knee. Parsva Konasana. If you like to, left arm lifts up, palms together, rotating through the chest. Lower belly lifting up, exhale, hands down to the mat, lift up through the back right heel, hands to the inside of this left foot on the mat or onto a block. And place your hands to the outside of the left foot meets the right optionally through a vinyasa. Deep breath or back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet up underneath your hips, lift through your heart. Exhale, release down, spread the toes, inhale up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Turn the feet out wide. Devi stance, goddess stance. Hands behind the head. Right toes are to the front of the mat, elbows drawn back, sit down. Tailbone down, inner arches lifted. Spread the toes. And this deep reserve of energy, calling on it for transforming. Ojas into tejas, tejas into prana, earth and water into fire, fire into air and ether. Inhale, exhale, press the hands out to the side, then deep into this Ardha Mandalam, knees pulled back, inner arches of the feet lifted. Inhale, straighten through knees, palms together. Roll big toes inside of the heels, deep breath. We're going to draw the chest down and the pinky fingers up behind us like we're flying. And then reach the hands out in front of you like you're holding on to, I'll rotate, a big block or a heavy crystal or a rock reaching out in front of you, inner thighs in. Hips over heels, and then you'll walk your hands over. I'll rotate again towards the right foot. Right toes go forward. Left toes lift, hands down to the inside of the right foot. Or onto a block. And you can take a little overstep here. Turn out through the back left toes and slowly straighten through the right knee. Now I do recommend a block here. Now I'm going to adjust my feet so I'm heel to heel. Right foot or block, hand comes onto the block. Roll the right rib cage under. Tailbone lifts just a bit so it's not tucked under. We're preserving the natural curve of the spine. And lengthening the side of the waist. Reach the left hand down and then pull this great bow and arrow open. Keep squeezing the inner thighs, find the inner strength and stability. Reach left hand forward, pull the head of the arm bone back and draw left arm by the ear. And then if you'd like to, from the back heel, draw right arm up. Bend into front right knee. Parsva Konasana near lumbar, palms together. Watch that the neck isn't impacted, hands down to the mat. The right hand comes to the outside of the right foot, optionally through your vinyasa. Or back to downward facing dog, breathe. Let's cultivate a little bit more fire, a little bit more Agni. Ground into the left heel. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot through. Stabilize, inhale up. Now you can modify. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Right foot, same front foot comes up behind, come forward. You could do knees and chest or float this right leg. Squeeze the inner thigh, lift up through the lower belly, bend the elbows. Right foot, left foot, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Round into right heel. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot comes through. Stabilize. Inhale into the flame. Exhale, hands down. Left foot up behind, left leg up behind, come forward. You could take knees or chest, or lift through the lower belly, float left leg, bend elbows in. Left foot, right foot, expand up, exhale, claw with the fingers, back downward facing dog. Ground into left heel, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot comes through. Inhale up, low lunge or high lunge, be steady, exhale down. Right leg up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale back down. Left leg, inhaling up, exhaling through. Inhaling up, deep breath, exhaling down. Left leg up, exhale, inhale, exhale, steady breath, inhale, right leg up, exhale, right foot comes through, inhale up, exhale, down. The flame, that fire energy of tejas gives us the power of concentration. So focus the mind on the breath, focus the mind on the direction of the eyes. Inhale, left leg up, exhale, left foot through. Inhale up, exhale, hands down to the mat. Left leg up, spiral inner thigh in. Inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the feet up underneath the hips, lift through the heart. Gaze at the third eye, exhale, release down, gaze at the tip of the nose. Deep breath, inhale up, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Rest into your breath for a moment. Opening the wings of the heart. Remember, we're working with the second chakra, the heart chakra, the Venus, Lakshmi energy, Aphrodite energy. Right knee over midline of right foot. Inhale up. Left knee over midline of left foot. Inhale up. So this is the modification. And you can move as fast or as slow suits you. Opening and closing like you're giving yourself a hug. Now for those friends who would like to come deeper and whose knees feel okay, the chest comes forward. We come all the way down to Skandasana and we lift up. Left knee over midline of left foot. Heart center drops. Inhale up. Exhaling. Beginning to cultivate the grace of prana, the grace of the air element, of Vayu. Inhaling up, squeeze the inner thighs as you come to the center. Exhale down. Of course, you could modify. Oh, I'm falling backwards. Here. I'm not supposed to do that, right? Keep going. Hold down to the right side or up here. Okay, here or here, hands intertwined, foot flexed, inner arch lifted, knee rolled back, Skandasana. Skanda, of course, relates to Mars, the god of war. Or Kartikeya, who has 6 heads, each one nursed from one of the goddesses who are the Pleiades. Take your hands down to the mat, rotate all the way over, Place right knee down onto the mat. Scissor the right inner thigh in. Now if you like to, deep bend into your left knee. Now for some friends this might not be appropriate. They need to have knee back over the heel. But if we can, this deep bend, this deep groin opening. Inhale, lift up. Back right toes are tucked. Heel is in line with knee. Hands down to the mat. Lift through the back. Left toes spiral around. Turn left toes out. Now you could be up here. Knee over midline of foot. Right leg out long, arms out in front, fingers intertwined, index fingers together, Kali Mudra, or sitting down deep. Heel grounding, inner arch lifting. Crown of head lifting. The thing here is to watch for the knee and the inner arch of the foot in this Skandasana. Hands down onto the mat, rotate, lift through back right heel. I'm gonna face away. We're gonna take a low lunge. If it works for you, overstep, knee over midline of foot, send the tailbone down, and then like the beautiful curve of a crescent moon, heart center lifts. Hands down to the mat, spiral, toes forward, heels out, check that the feet are aligned. Peace sign fingers to the big toes or hands to the ankles. Root tips of scapula down the back. Draw the crown of the head down. Thumbs to the front of the hips, fingers behind, send the tailbone down, inhale up to standing. Deep breath, exhale. Hands to the sides of the waist, draw heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in. Stand. Feet aligned. Underneath the hips, knees can slightly bend, prana mudra A. From our Qigong sets, hands down through the midline. Breath very soft, breathing like a baby. The eyes can even close as you soften into this grace of movement. Notice what's happened in the mind. Notice what's happened in the physical body. Three more. Let the breath be even softer. Let go of the heavy Ujjayi breath, which is very fiery, very victorious. How soft can the breath be? Rotate the palms forward. Feel yourself standing in Tadasana. Roll on down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take your knees down to the mat. Stack your hips on top of the knees. Walk your arms out long in front, forehead down onto the mat. Anahatasana, melting heart pose. Roll up through the spine. We're going to take Yoga Mudrasana. Variation. Toes are released, hands clasped behind the back, and then we draw forehead down towards the mat, lifting the pinky fingers up towards the base of the skull. Opening these upper knots, these upper granthis. Exhale, release down, come all the way onto your belly. Clasp the hands behind your back or use a strap between the hands. Pull the shoulders away, lift legs up, lift arms up. Shalabhasana. Exhale, release down, hands underneath the shoulders, come back to a child's pose for a moment. So now, having established Ojas and some vitality and kindled a little bit of fire, a little bit of Agni, now we'll open the upper centers, the heart, the shoulders, the neck, coming into this world of the prana, the upper wind. Inhale from downward facing dog. Take your left leg up. Exhale. Draw your left foot through. Turn out through your back right heel. Draw the upper body up. Clasp your hands behind your back, or you could use a strap. Now establish this left knee. We've worked a lot to establish knee-foot ratio. Clasp hands or alignment behind the back and draw the chest down and forward. Lift pinky fingers up towards the base of the skull. Lift your upper body up. Leave your legs as they are. Send your hands, or the strap with the hands, down towards the back heel. Rotate the chest to open. Release. Left hand can go to the mat or hand to the thigh. Take the right arm straight up. Hands to the mat. You could take a vinyasa. I'll just go back to downward facing dog. Turn out through left toes. Exhale. Draw right foot through. Establish heel to heel. Knee over midline of foot. Lift up. Clasp hands behind your back, or you can use a strap or a scarf. Pull tips of scapula down. Widen through the inner groin. Draw the chest down and forward. Lift pinky fingers up towards the base of your skull. Inhale, lift up. Roll the right rib cage under. Send hands down towards heel. Hands down to the mat. This time I want to bring my back foot forward to meet my front foot, standing forward bend. And again, I could use a strap here or clasp the hands. I start with my knees slightly bent and then press into the heels, roll the inner thighs and lift pinky fingers up towards base of skull. And gently release the arms down, hands down onto the mat. Walk the legs back behind you. Take a moment in your child's pose. Okay, the next posture is a variation on Shalabhasana, a locust pose. Some friends have taken this with me before. It's a graceful swan, I think of it, of Saraswati, who is one of the goddesses of the central channel of grace embodied. So we could come back to clasping the hands and lifting the head and heart, or even more gently to Sphinx pose in Nirvala Asana. The more complete posture, right knee goes down, and I have to get over the head of the patella, or else it's not going to feel good. Lift the left leg up, draw chest. I better take off my microphone. Draw chest down towards the mat. Hands here. Chin can rest onto the mat. You really feel no impact on the lower back. If you like to clasp the hands and find the grace of balance. Gently release, hands down to the mat, child's pose. Roll up through the spine, other side. Left leg up, place left knee down onto the mat, and then come over the head of the patella. Bend the elbows, draw the chest down. You could be here, or beginning to balance, clasp, hands behind the back. Hands down to the mat, release, child's pose. Roll up onto the knees if that works for you, or cross-legged. You could place a block underneath the sacrum. Thumbs together, index fingers extended. Shakatta Mudra. Eyes closed. And feeling any prana move. Any inner energy, any shimmering. You might feel it as a shimmering or a gentle undulation. Or it might feel like the flowing of a lava lamp. And gently release the mudra, simple prana. Simple arm movement with breath. Inhale up, rotate, exhale down. Breathe like a baby. Take the arms out to the side, cross your right elbow across the right, place backs of the hands together or wrap the hands and lift the elbows up, dropping your chin to your chest. Now, I tend to really hyperextend through my lower back here, so I'm going to draw the tailbone down and let the back of the neck lengthen. Open the arms out wide. Cross left elbow across the right, backs of hands together, wrap the hands, lift the elbows, drop the chin down. Open arms out wide. Release down, come forward, onto the hands and knees one more time, downward facing dog. Walk your legs forward, lift through the heart. Exhale, release down, spread the toes, inhale up to standing, exhale, hands to the heart center, Garuda Asana, eagle posture. You can place a block next to your right foot, bend your knees, draw your left knee across the right, toes onto the block, inner thighs in, or wrap. Right elbow comes across left, back of hands together, or wrap the palms, sit down. And feel the stability, the Ojas. Feel the inner thighs wrap together, generating fire. Feel the back of the heart center opening. Open the arms, float the leg. Fly here for a moment. Place the foot down. Exhale. Arms down. Place the block over to the other side. Spread through left toes, lift through right foot. Cross right knee across left, squeeze. Inner thighs in, toes onto the block. Or foot behind. Arms out to the side, left elbow over right, back of hands together, wrap and sit down. Open, float, foot down onto the mat. Inhale, arms up. Hinge, feet as wide as the mat. Functional forward fold. Take your knees down to the mat. Bring your legs around to the front. If you like to sit on the edge of a blanket. Dandasana, staff pose. Dandasana is one of the postures that the yogic texts talk about in terms of awakening Kundalini Shakti through the spine. So lengthen the spine down to up, press through the feet, roll the inner thighs in, lift up through the pelvic floor just a little bit, take the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth and circulate the prana that you've generated from your practice. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, lengthen down and forward, Paschimottanasana. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Let's come down onto our backs. Knees into our chest, rock side to side. Take your right leg out long, left knee in towards the chest. Right hand across to the left knee, rotate into a twist. Slide your bottom hip back underneath your top hip. And then release. Take your right leg out long, left knee in towards your chest. And cross left knee across the right. Open your right arm out from the shoulder. Release. Place the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana, take your thumbs and massage the base of your skull. If you like to, you can massage the whole scalp. in the jaw, in the temples, then let the palms rest up alongside the sides. Rest here in Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel any transformation of the inner winds, the inner energies. Om and Shreem, breathing in and out. Shreem being the pleasant, cooling mantra that relates to Lakshmi, Venus. And then go ahead and take your legs, extend them out long onto the mat, palms up alongside of your hips. Come into your Savasana, your long, deep relaxation. Letting your eyes fall shut and your jaw release. Notice your left nostril. Notice the breath flow in and out of your left nostril. This cooling lunar breath. Notice your right nostril. Notice the dynamic solar qualities, the fire. Now notice the breath in both nostrils. Now visualize the central axis of the body as a column of crystal light. Within your spine, running from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale light down the center of the body and exhale light up the center of the body. And draw in a deeper breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and rotate your wrists and ankles. Stretch your body. Rub the palms of your hands together and the soles of your feet together. Roll onto the right side. And come up to seated and place the thumbs together with the index fingers extended in this Shakatta Mudra. All the other fingers fold into the palms. Let the eyes close. As light and energy move freely through the central channel, we experience the bliss and radiance of our inner being. And place the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Let's chant Om and Shreem. Exhale out completely. Inhale in. Om Shreem. Dedicate any merit you've received from the practice to anyone in need. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find happiness. We'll chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale out. Inhale in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Much love to you, my friends. Take care. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm just going to turn this off. Say goodbye before you go, please, friends. Oh, we lost Scarlett along the way. Not sure what happened.